All right, Derek LeBlanc here with Top MMA News, here with Lenny Wheeler. Big win over Justin Bourgeois here tonight at Elite 1 now. Top 10 matches that we had up. Don Wilson, our Ontario correspondent, had you guys at number 10. So, were you surprised that the fight ended so quickly?
I don't know, man. I just envisioned it happening that quick, but it never happens the way you plan. I just did my best. We trained really hard for this fight, and we just got a new coach like 4 months ago. Moved to PEI. We've been coaching ourselves for the last couple of years, so I've been moving back and forth. But we settled down PEI, and we just got a new coach, Paul Abel. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu and 15 years Muay Thai, and just upped our game so much more. Like, you know what I mean? We were all tough guys, me and Matt McGrath and Chris Curry, and all the guys that won tonight. We just needed that technical edge, and I win a lot. Like in the gym, guillotine's kind of my thing. You know, the guys like to stay away from my guillotine, so I knew that if I put hands on him, he'd shoot, and I was hoping I would catch him with guillotine or a knee coming in, and I got lucky. I caught him with a knee and then a guillotine, so it went my way, and I'm pretty happy. It's been a year, man, and that's about 8 fights fell through this year, and that was the first one that came together, and I'm happy.
Now, how hard is it usually just for the fight? Obviously, 8 fights drop. Is this mainly because of injuries, or people just not really wanting to fight you?
I wouldn't say necessarily myself, but there's lots of things, you know. Like I come to fight every time I fight. Everybody I've ever fought, even my losses, I've outstruck. So guys know that if they're fighting me, they're gonna get hit. And I don't think it's something people want to take usually on short notice. But to get like a fight like this, that it just happened so perfectly. You know, I was looking for a fight, and one fell through with ECC, and then Lyndon pulled out, and it was just perfect. It was perfect timing, and they offered me the fight. I was a little heavy. I didn't know if I was going to make it, but my natural weight's down at 145, and that's where I'm going to stay, because I just feel way more confident and just healthier there, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So what was the initial decision? Like, obviously I know you fought in 155, and then your last fight with Goodall there, it was a 170 last minute. So what's the decision to do with the 145
Well,
now?
okay, behind the scenes, a lot of people don't know what goes on, and when I fought Ricky Goodall, he asked me to fight on 11 days notice if I would fight a guy that was 2-5. No disrespect to Ricky, he's a good fighter, but he came back the next day. Robin Black called me. Me and Robin work very close together. He's a really good personal friend of mine, and he does some of my management stuff. He goes through fights and this and that, and Ricky said, will you fight him instead? So he offered me a fight at 155. I assumed the fight was at 155. So he came back, he sent me a contract that was at 170. I said, no, not a chance. I said, we'll meet at 160 or I won't fight. And he said he needed to fight, so he said, okay, 160. He neglected to make weight, and being stubborn, I took the fight, which I should have never took the fight. But I didn't have proper guidance at that time. I get paid, man. You know, it's just how it is. So yeah.
So now that was one thing I was going to ask you about your relationship with Robin Black. How did that initially start between you two?
I'm really close. Like, I get close to a lot of people if I find them trusting. I'm a pretty trusting guy and a pretty nice outgoing guy, and I got really close to the aggression MMA guys, Harvey and Moyne, and for a while I was training with them, and we were fighting for them. Sorry, and I was living in Harvey's condo, and when he would have guys come up and fight, he would throw some people in his condo. He had a 3-bedroom condo that he wasn't using, so he put me up and helped me out a lot. And they're great guys. I'm hoping to get back out there right away and fight for them. But yeah, so they brought Robin in, and he stayed with me for I think about 8 days because he was doing PR and stuff, and we just became really close. And after he fought that time, then he fought again, and he decided that he was going to go more to the management. He started talking to me, I started talking to him, and went down to Toronto, visited him, and we were just really good friends, and it just kind of went from there. If you know Robin, you know he's a great guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got to meet him once here, W1 there a couple years ago, and like I said, not very nice dude. Like I said, obviously friend of ours with the site, obviously doing different various work and stuff like that as well. So. But no, so what do you think the future is going to hold for you? What do you think's next? Now, do you think maybe, obviously with the win now, do you think maybe the Elite One Featherweight title could be a possibility for you? Or?
That's what they're saying. I don't know why it wasn't the title tonight, because it was supposed to be the title between Lyndon. Lyndon pulled out because he had a hand injury, I do believe, and so I don't know why it wasn't the title tonight. I'd love to own a title. I never had a title. I never had a title shot. I never had the opportunity. It'd be cool to have the strap, you know, in my house. But I don't know where my future is right now. If it's Elite One or if it's aggression MMA, because aggression I kind of owe a little more to. We have a ongoing history, and I haven't fought for them for a year because I've been, you know, I haven't been really fighting, been traveling and this and that. So I don't know what's like. These guys treat me really good, and aggression guys treat me really good. So we're just gonna take it as it goes. My coach Paul Abel's kind of like a mentor, Matt McGrath's kind of a mentor to me. So I run everything by them before I make any decisions.
Yeah. Now you go on about the traveling now. I believe a couple months ago or earlier in the year or last year you were in Thailand doing kickboxing training?
I went to Thailand for 3 months. I ended up staying for 5 months. I met Roger Huerta. We became really close. I came to Minnesota to train with Roger Huerta. I was living with Dave Monet, Roger Huerta, 3 other guys that were just beginning fighting, and Black Dynamite, Cyrus Washington, one of the best K1 fighters, and we just had like a house of guys fighting, but I ended up only being there for about 2 weeks because my knee was bumped and I couldn't train, so I had to take a vacation, went back to work in the old rings for about 2 months, and went back to Thailand for another 4 months, and now I'm here. So.
I said you're pretty well traveled there. You gotta have a few amount of frequent flower miles by now.
Oh no, it was just the oil rig kind of stuff. But when I traveled, I trained twice a day, every day. Like, if you know, the guys that know me know that I wasn't there to party. I wasn't there for anything but training. You know what I mean? Pretty focused. I know what I want. And tonight I really got to re-envision and refocus myself and know that this is where I belong. And 145 is common, boys. I'm gonna take those titles.
All right, now before we finish up, is there anything you want to add? Special shout outs to anybody? Or
yeah, Tap Out Canada, thanks a lot. They always hook me up with a lot of gear and stuff, and they're great guys, Cyril Akers, and thanks Rob Black. He helped me get this fight. Paul Abel, my coach, he's unreal. I couldn't do it without him, and Matt McGrath, couldn't do it without him. Bradshaw, all my guys, thank you so much. Thanks a lot for taking the time to interview me. I feel like a fighter tonight again. It's been a while.
I said, well, again, I'd like to thank you for taking a few minutes to talk with us. And like I said, you're a very well-traveled man. Hopefully the road that you're traveling leads to a brighter future.
Thanks.
All right, this is Lenny. This is Derek Obama, Top MMA News.